Hello, Bill Colodzi here. I'm about to 3-0 a nice little Shadows Over Innistrad draft, starting with a couple choices here. Actually, some really good green choices. Hunter's fine. Obsessive Skinner can be just to take over the game. Mysteries is okay. Then some white, Angelic Purge, and Gear Reach Bandit. So, not a bad one, 3-2 haste for 3. Quite aggressive. The transformed side of it, even bigger, and it just starts all of your werewolves transformed, so that could be nice. I will take this mythic. This is kind of the primeval titan of the set, and, if you ever read Dune, these are the kind of things that you have nightmares about. Okay. Yeah, so this doesn't really have synergy with too many things I can see. It's just a strong card. Reach is a little bit weird. It's a little different than Trample, but let's see where this goes. Yuri Interlude. Is that a combo with the Hydra when it enters the battlefield? It could just be all enter the battlefield effects. Actually, what I like here is Graph Mole. The Veteran Cathar's fine, but the Graph Mole it's super defensive. It's green. And if we do get some kind of clues, which green is good at doing the whole clue thing, green-blue especially, then gaining 3 life is absurd. So we can go for the late game and take this Graph Mole here. Sleep Paralysis could be a good one. I mean, it is a good one. But, yeah, I mean, the 2 picks here would be like Sleep Paralysis and Graph Mole. I'll take Graph Mole. Ooh, nice. Erdwall Illuminator. This card is undervalued. I mean, it went 3rd pick. There's still 4 uncommons in the pack, so who knows what was taken out of the first 2. But yeah, I'll take the Illuminator. It works pretty well with Graph Mole because you can just go off and start sacking clues. What next? Ongoing Investigation. So whenever you get some damage through, you get to investigate. That seems pretty good. Compelling Deterrence is insane for 2 mana. Even if it didn't have the zombie clause, it would still be pretty powerful, like, you'd usually play it. But then making them discard a card, that's just amazing. But in the interest of this themed deck we have going on here, we'll continue the investigation. We already have one of the best cards with it to begin with, the Illuminator. Okay, then what? Now, this Indignation, good thing it's uncommon, because at rare, people would actually want this to win games, and it doesn't really. I can't imagine this being that good. It's kind of like a Fireball, but is half your deck going to be creatures? It doesn't count the number of creatures in your graveyard, it's only the ones milled by this, so yeah, that's a bit weird. Oh, there's a card, I forget where it was like take any number of cards in your graveyard and put them on top of your deck in any order or something like that. I guess if you filled the top of your deck with creatures somehow, this could be good, but that's more of a constructed thing. Good lord. Pieces of the Puzzle, maybe I should have taken that. No, Pieces of the Puzzle, that's the bad one. I thought it was a clue thing. I took Fork in the Road there because it helps. Well, let's see what we're taking out of this pack. No, Trail of Evidence, it's fine, but it's not what I want here. Niblis could be good. I like the Revenant. Vessel of Paramnesia, Root Out, all interesting ones. Yeah, what to take here? Maybe it is Trail of Evidence. I'll take a creature. Ooh, Daring Sleuth. Sure, so if this thing connects, it's a strong play. But anyway, back to Fork in the Road now that we've chosen what to pick out of this pack. This is a good way to help set up Delirium. You get sorcery and land into the graveyard. And it just makes things more consistent. You might be in 2 or 3 colors. Daring Sleuth. Ooh, Corpse Trawler. Not bad on its own. Fleeting Memories. This might be the pick here. Confront the Unknown is a nice one. If Fleeting Memories was not here, I would take that, but Fleeting Memories is definitely a win condition for this type of deck. We're going to be all about clues. And given that, we could take Watcher in the Web. It's a pretty nice defensive card for this type of deck. But maybe Foul Orchard will help us splash a black card. And Watchers come pretty late. They're good, it's a good card. But it's kind of like a glorified giant spider that does the same thing and costs 1 more mana. It is a little better than that, but anyway, I'll take the Orchard here and hope to maybe get another spider. Whereas, you know, the Silent Observer here does kind of the same thing, and it's just cheaper. Green is disappearing somewhat. You have to keep an eye on that. Let's see. Hope against Hope. In this color, I'm not so worried about Hope when we have bounce spells and things. But yeah, we'll take a green card. Another Observer, and we have run out of, yeah, pieces of the puzzle. We've run out of green cards being passed to us pretty early on there. We did get the late, well, Fleeting Memories. So maybe the deck is open, but green is just being cut. Big turtle thing. I'm not sure if we want to run that. Or this Lamplighter. It's fine. It's fine. Leave it at that. You know, being a 3/5 for 5 mana, that's not bad stats. And we're not heavy in the zombie market, so I'll leave that in the sideboard for now. Wow, Moonlight Hunt, that's okay. Howlpack, that's good. We're not heavy on the werewolves, but Confirm Suspicions, that could be a good one. The best card here is Kindly Stranger. But to me, it's pretty close between that and Howlpack Resurgence. If you're in a dedicated werewolf deck, it's very hard to beat this one. I mean, it even gives Trample. Hey, Thing in the Ice. There's a chance we want this. It might be worth a couple tickets, but we have a few ways to help activate it. It says 0-4, which is not bad in our deck to begin with. Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe Graph Mole is better here. Interesting. All right. Do a quick check on things. Maybe, yeah, I would say Graph Mole is probably better in our deck. But it's so early in the format, I kind of want to take the rare just to figure out if it's any good. Let's see how much it's worth. It's yeah, it's worth 3 tickets or so at this point. Yeah, let's take it. Green is disappearing, which is a bit worrisome, but there we have. Ooh, from under the floorboards. This is a nice card. Call the Bloodline is a pretty good build around. Groundskeeper. Aim High. We do have some interest in what's it called? Picking up some instants and sorceries just in case Thing in the Ice can come online. So what to pick? Silent Observer. Very hard to get around this card, but I'm not worried about getting many of these. Yeah, bit of a tough pick. I guess I'll go with Groundskeeper in case we get, I don't know, something. Alright, Confront the Unknown. It's worth picking this up now. To the Slaughter is fine. Accursed Witch is fine. Black might be open. Black-blue might be the place to be. But I still like where we're going with green-blue. Scarecrow, not bad. We do have a Groundskeeper, so I don't know, maybe that could be good. Get lands in our hand and then into the graveyard somehow. What else? Nagging Thoughts, not great. Warped Landscape could be a thing. Yeah, I'll take the Scarecrow here. Another Confront the Unknown. Now, there's a Rise from the Tides, but we're not that deck. We have a couple instants and sorceries, but we're just not that deck. And Confront is fine. It's a thing to do with Thing in the Ice. Alright, what else do we have? Drown Yard? Do we have a combo with that? Not really. Wicker Witch could be decent, the Wicker Witch of the West. But it's not exciting. We already have a Scarecrow if we were trying to get Delirium on, which we're not. I'll take the Temple. Maybe there's some combo that I'm not really thinking about. Quilled Wolf is a fine card. 2-drops are important because there are some aggressive decks out there. Ongoing Investigation. Yeah, so we have a couple of the combos here. Moonlight Hunt. No, maybe it's just Press for Answers. Just to be in the colors. This is one of those cards that's like low quality filler. I don't think it's a good card, but it kind of gets the job done sometimes. It's a good in this deck if this deck has a more aggressive slant to it. So we'll start that in the sideboard. Same with Groundskeeper. This is a good card, part of a strategy, sometimes, but not always. Without a good way to put your own lands in your graveyard, it doesn't do much. And short of milling ourselves with the memories, can't really do that. No way. No way. Graph Mole and Briarbridge Patrol both wheel. The Graph Mole is a little better, but the Briarbridge is interesting. So, well, I'll tell you one thing. The Thing in the Ice would not have wheeled, so the Graph Mole wheeled is just amazing. Foil Forest? Okay, get in there. Pieces of the puzzle. That's one way to get lands in your graveyard, I guess. And, yeah, I don't really mind that. We'll take that. Not going to play it, but I'll take it. Stoic Builder. Okay. I'm kind of in. The Provisioner's fine, I guess, but again, we're not really that deck. Alms. I could see Alms being okay in a dedicated, aggressive vampire deck with all kinds of madness. With the mad profits and things where you're not really losing a card by playing it. Okay, what do we have here? Stitched Mangler. This is a fine one. I don't really like Weirding Wood. Murderous Compulsion's probably the best card in this pack. Harness the Storm, completely unplayable. Maybe someone will figure out something in Standard. Not Standard, Constructed in general. It might have to be Modern. But even there, it's a bit expensive. It's like, cast the same card as in your graveyard, you get to copy it or something. I don't even know. Yeah, but this deck looks pretty good. Yeah, Graph Mole is just... I can't believe this wheeled. No one must... Yeah, we already kind of identified that no one was in this same deck. The Clue deck. We need to pick up one more Fleeting Memories, and then we have a real game plan. Just survive. Because this deck doesn't do a lot of damage. But it does survive pretty well. A lot of defensive creatures. Cryptolith, right? That might be worth something too. Certainly after this weekend where everyone was playing that, the correct pick here would, well, probably the Sleep Paralysis, to be honest. Even though Byway Courier has some upside there. Consistent removal and Sleep Paralysis is a nice one, especially since it's our first piece of it. Yeah, the right's not worth much. It's worth like a ticket or so, worth more in real life. Anyway, so we'll take a Sleep Paralysis. Ooh, a Researcher. Ongoing Investigation. Now, this does trigger twice if you have 2 out, so it's not not a complete waste. But I wonder if it's just good enough, or we'd rather have creatures. So let's do a quick count here. We've got not too many instants and sorceries. In fact, not enough to even ever flip this thing in the ice. So the Researcher is not great. I think the Silent Observers are just better. It just kind of mills ourselves. Rabid Bite might be better, but this also is a little worse since we don't have huge creatures. Take another Confront the Unknown. Yeah, you know, I'm going to do that. If it's good, then... If one is good, then three must be better, right? This type of effect is fairly strong in multiples. Jace's Scrutiny. I like this one. Sometimes it just lets you win combat when you wouldn't otherwise, and it always at least investigates, and it helps Thing in the Ice out. Brain in a Jar. I can't imagine playing this in Limited, although I guess it's fine if you get to scry enough. If you get to scry like 3 times with this, it's probably pulled its weight, but that's kind of asking a lot. It'll happen for sure, but it's not something you'd expect to always happen. Just the Wind or another Silent Observer. How annoying would it be to just have a ton of these? Just the Wind, yeah, Just the Wind is good, but it is no Silent Observer. And we do need some creatures to fill out this deck. The creatures that hit in the air are nice with the ongoing investigation. I'll take Root out in case someone tries to do something a little strange. And, ooh, Manic Scribe, or Vessel of Nascency. Interesting. Now, the Vessel is pretty good, but it's not good for us. Like, it's good for the Delirium deck. And for the Delirium deck, it's excellent, because it sets it up immediately. But for us, it's just average. Maybe the Stitched Mangler is the best thing here. Granted, part of our strategy is to mill our opponent. You know, that's a Delirium card. The Mangler seems good. Woodland Stream. Now that we have enough playables, I'll just go ahead and take this. Broken Concentration is fine, but we have no way to take advantage of the madness. Okay, I feel pretty good about this, maybe with one more cut. We already have one excellent counterspell for our deck. Right, what to cut at this point? I don't like cutting these guys, the Confronts. Ghostly Wings is pretty cool. It might work well with the Hydra. Weirding Wood. Take that. Oh, Stoic Builder. That's a pretty easy cut. Just a 2/3. Doesn't do much with this deck. So, there we have it. We have a foil forest and the perfect deck to put a foil forest in. Oh, Cryptolith Right Wheels. I'll take value. Help buy into the next tournament. And we get another ongoing investigation. I'm not sure how many of these is too many, but it might be 2. Pick the Brain. It'd just be so annoying if our Hydra got stolen. Does it exile it? Yeah. Don't want that happening. I honestly thought Ghostly Wings was a powerful card. Maybe it's better in Sealed, or I did a 2-headed giant event where this was pretty good. You just more viable targets for it, since you can target your allies' creatures. I guess in blue-green you could target your opponent's creatures and then have them sacrifice a flying creature. With that 2-mana green flyer hater from this set. Anyway, yeah, leave the turtle in the sideboard. We don't need it. We have a better version of a turtle. Probably this guy probably eats turtles, even big ones. All right. So what do we have? This looks like a deck, and it looks like a deck that can actually activate a Thing in the Ice, and that'd be fun to do. And the main game plan is just to draw out the game and win late, but it has the backup plan of just getting a billion clues in play and going from there. Fork in the road. Do we need this? Actually, I don't like this. We don't have any ways to take advantage of it unless we put in Groundskeeper or Stoic Builder. And we have no Delirium. So I'd rather put in Cryptolith Right. Not Cryptolith Right. Where is it? Ongoing Investigation. There we have it. Yeah, because we do have a couple of these evasive creatures. And if Thing flips, boy, would that be crazy. I don't even know what other horrors there are in the set, so what other things it doesn't bounce. Alright, this deck looks amazing. By color, we'll see how good these 1-mana combat tricks are. 11-6. 11-6. Well, we'll do 10-6 and then add these guys. Take out a forest. So it's effectively 11-7. And do we want to Drown Temple? No, we just kind of rare drafted some of these picks. But there we have it. Hopefully you'll join me for round 1 and we'll see how this does.